Yo, once again, it's on. Back at you one more again with part two. Real Ken stays in the house like kitchen sinks. Now, if you haven't seen part one, I would implore you to go back and watch part one because it only makes sense to watch part one. And then return back and watch part two. I'll do you one better. I'll pin part one in the comment section. So all you got to do is simply go down to the comment section, click on part one, and it'll catch you up to speed. Where I left off in part one, the months were trickling down. Got to the point where it was 4 months left before Marcus was released from prison. And 3 months, then 2 months. Then that much needed conversation. The inevitable, it had to be told. It had to be talked about. It had to be discussed. Wifey says those words that every man dreads to hear. We need to talk. I need to talk to you. I need to tell you something. What's up, baby? I mean, what's going on? At that point, the relationship was going, it was, they had gotten back on pretty good terms. She was answering the calls. She was making visit every week. If not every week, every other week. She was just doing the things that she was doing in the beginning, sending him letters, sending him emails. Baby, I have to be honest with you. All of those times that you was asking me, was I talking to somebody else or dealing with somebody else? And I would tell you no. Well, I wasn't being very forthcoming with you. You see, I lied because I was hurt. I lied because I didn't want to argue with you anymore. So I felt like that would only make the situation worse. I feel like it would only make matters way worse than what they already were. So I've been kicking it with this dude. Jody. And, I've cut it off. I let him know that, hey, my husband and I, we've worked things out or whatever. And he respected it. But I only thought that it was necessary to tell you this because I don't want any more lies, any more secrets. I was wrong. I understand if you want a divorce or, you don't want to deal with me or if you need some time. I totally get it. See, when women break up with you, man, they do it like in a classy way. I understand if you want to leave me. I understand if you want to divorce me. Dudes, we don't rarely even break up with women, and when we do, it's not. We're not that understanding, if you will. Marcus is devastated. It's one thing to hear that your woman is cheating on you and you're on the streets. But when you're incarcerated and there's nothing you can do, you just gotta lay there and just deal with that. Now, in the end, it's probably better to. Now, the reason that I say that is a whole lot easier. This is my experience. It's a whole lot more difficult to get over somebody while you're incarcerated. But once you're over them, you're over them. There's no reason to go backwards. You didn't want me when I was in here. So why would I come home and go back to you? It makes no sense. Make it make sense. He's devastated. But he takes the maturity route. He gets to thinking about all the things that he had done. All the women that he had met offline, secretly met offline. Back with Backpage, Craigslist, all of those apps to where you could just go on there and just instantly meet somebody. He gets to thinking about the money that he spent with them. And he says, you know what? I was locked up for 3.5 years. I know that my wife got lonely. I know that I was a nuisance at times, calling, cussing her out. So guess what? Baby, I forgive you. And I trust you. If you tell me, because you didn't have to tell me. So if you tell me that this situation is deaded, it's over with, then I'm going to trust and believe. I love you. I want my family. I want to be happy. You know, I understand that prison is made to break up families, but we're not going to allow it to break this family up, baby. I love you. Thank you for telling me. Now, he didn't say this initially. It took him, you know, some time, a couple weeks to kind of come around. She rode out the last month and a half. Boom, he comes home. She picks him up. Got the kids with her. Everybody's happy, man. It's a happy home. He ends up having to do like 7 or 8 months on parole before he's officially done with the system. See, the way that Kentucky does it is they kick you out of penitentiary. They have what's called mandatory release, meaning your last 7, 8 months, they're going to literally kick you out. Even if you like, listen, man, I want to just stay and do my time. I don't want no parole officer. I'm not going to report. I'm not going to comply. I'm going to smoke my weed. I'm going to live where I want to live. I'm going to drink. So let me go on and finish my time while I'm already in here. Now they're going to kick you out anyway. I'm telling you, man, it's a messed up system. Does this last 7, 8 months on parole. Got a good job. He found a job. Actually, she helped him find a job. He worked in like a warehouse. He knew how to operate the forklift or whatever, so he's making like 24, 25 bucks an hour. In Kentucky, it's pretty decent. You know, she has her job or whatever. Everything's going well. One day, those infamous words popped up again. Baby, I need to speak with you. Damn, what is it now, baby? She calls him at work. I want to tell you in person. He comes home. He's nervous. He don't really know what to expect. It's actually beautiful news. She's pregnant. What? You're pregnant? At this point, he'd been home about a year. Pregnant, baby. I didn't even think you could get pregnant. I didn't either. But I'm pregnant. He's ecstatic. You see, the two kids that he had, they were girls. And they loved them dearly. Loved them dearly. But like most men, if not all men, every man wants a boy. You see what I'm saying? Although you love your daughters to death. He's hoping. I know it's a boy. God heard my prayers. God answered my prayers. Man, I know that it's a boy. Now, it's not as though he was actively trying to get her pregnant. But back in the day, every time he would try to get her pregnant or whatever, you know, he was hoping for a boy. After the first 2 times, I guess she had some, I'm not sure exactly all the intricacies as far as what she had going on with her body-wise, but she was never able to have another child. So in his mind, in Marcus's mind, he knows this is a boy. I'm definitely having a boy. They go through the whole pregnancy process. Everything is cool. So he thinks. They're not having any issues. He's not doing any cheating. She doesn't appear to be doing any cheating. It's go to work, come home, take care of the kids, and go to sleep. They go do their thing on the weekends. You know, they spend time together, whatever. So that's how everything appeared to be. The baby's born. The baby looks nothing like him. But see, the thing about it is, when the baby is first born, the baby's not gonna look anything like you. You know, the baby, but he's looking at the baby like, man, this baby is very, very light. Well, all babies are very, very light when they're first born, for the most part. So his mother, you know, they're breaking it down, explaining it to him or whatever. He's like, yeah, but my other 2 kids, they look identical to me, like Reitman. So he started having his suspicions. One day it was just bothering him so bad. He got to asking her, baby, I don't want to start anything. But are you sure that you haven't been messing around with nobody else or dude or whatever? How could you ask me something like that? We're past that. We already discussed this. Why would you not trust me? Like she's a hell of an angel or something. I've already made that mistake before. Once I'm done with somebody, I'm done. I love you. And you're coming and you're accusing me. Oh, baby. I'm just asking now. He get to feeling guilty. It's a Jedi mind trick that women use. They be dead wrong, but they get to crying. And then next thing you know, you feel guilty for asking them what your heart is telling you. You right, baby. You right. I'm tripping, man. In my mind, man. I'm tripping. You right. You absolutely right. Several more months goes past. He's starting to notice little changes in his wife's schedule, her behavior. She's not really as intimate with him as she previously was. It's hard all the time. All of a sudden, you taking extra shifts at work, which is understandable. We just had a new baby, but something just ain't right. He knows that something's not right. I'm not gonna get an answer out of her. She falls asleep at night. I can't look through her phone because she keeps a block on the phone, a code on the phone. Marcus decides to put a tracker on the car. Literally puts a tracker on the car. Not sure how to put a tracker on the car. I've never done anything of the sorts. But he put a tracker on the car. For those times that she said that she was going out with her girls, or, she was staying late, or she was going to the gym and she was trying to put in some extra time or whatever, it just wasn't adding up. Puts the tracker on the car. He comes to find out that Jody, she's still kicking it with Jody. He knows exactly where she's at. Crushed. She's meeting up with this dude at least once, twice a week. Definitely once a week. Marcus ain't saying a word. He loves his wife. He loves his kids. He loves his family. So it's like, what do I do? Ends up telling his mother about the situation. He has one of those type of mothers that I have. Yeah, my mother loves me to death, but she's not a yes mother, meaning that I can't just go to her and say, hey, Mom, this what happened, and she broke up with me, or we arguing or whatever, because the first thing she's going to ask me is, what'd you do? See, she's not going to just be like, okay, well, it's my son, and my son is just, he's an angel, and no, what did you do? That's what I want to know. No, Mom, I ain't do nothing. No, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear what you didn't do. You had to have done something. You know what I'm saying? She ain't just doing this for nothing. What did you do? It's the type of mother that Marcus had. Mama, since I've been home, I ain't done nothing. I just go to work, spend time with her, the kids, and I come home, I'm not doing anything. And he's telling his mother that he wants a blood test. The baby ended up being a boy, as he predicted. He wants a blood test. One of the most important things in this whole world, which was one of his kids. He's somewhat in denial. Not necessarily in denial, but he doesn't know. He's unsure if this is his child or if it's not. Have y'all ever been in this predicament? Any of you all? If you have, man, it's not a good predicament to be in. It's not a good space to be in your mind. Something that I love unconditionally, that I would dive in front of a speeding bullet for, may not be mine. He tells his wife, listen, I know you still been fooling around with dude, but he don't tell her about the tracker. He don't tell her about that. I just know you still been messing around with dude. My intuition tells me, and I want a blood test. Wow. Are you serious? Dead serious. Dead ass. That's what the youngsters say, dead ass. I want a blood test. Typical. What you mean typical? All the things that you done, I forgave you. I don't even bring those things up. But because you got a couple of thoughts in your mind, or whatever your little friends is telling you, whatever your little family, your sister probably telling you, now all of a sudden the baby is not yours. Your son is not yours. Wow, listen, if you didn't want the child, you should have just said something. Once again, she's deflecting. No, I had no doubt in my mind. You see, I had no doubt in my mind that little Marcus was mine. But you been acting real weird lately. You ain't been wanting to give me none. We ain't done nothing in 2 months. I'm tired. I mean, you act like I don't work, 12-hour shifts, 10-hour shifts. You act like I don't come home and take care of the kids. You act like I don't have church and choir practice. You act like I don't have other things going on. I'm just tired sometimes. Can't a bitch be tired? Y'all rock with me, man. Good old ice water. Come on, kids. We ain't come to see you drink water, motherfucker. Get back to the story. And shit. Simmer down. 30 minutes or better. She doesn't really want to give him this blood test, but she doesn't really have a choice. They do the blood test. And this is where things really take a turn for the worse. Well, how much worse can it get? I'm gonna leave y'all with a cliffhanger and come back with part 3. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm just playing. Hey, I probably would have had 5,000 people unsubscribe if I came back with a part 3 right here. I'm Kens, fuck Kens, man. The baby wasn't his, little Marcus, man. It was not his child. I always paint a picture for you all. Try to, at least. Imagine, fellas, your wife, man. It's bad enough if it's just your girlfriend or your significant other, whatever, your wife, man. She's been cheating on you again. You forgave her because you was in prison the first time, but you haven't been in prison. You've been home for over a couple years. Still cheating? You're so irresponsible that you get pregnant by another man. I've been thinking this baby is mine this entire time, although I have my doubts. Imagine that. Man, you ready to knock something down behind that. Obviously, once that's discovered that it's not his child, he moves out. They have a big blow up, a big heated argument. I don't know why the test is wrong. I'm 1,000,000% sure I haven't been with anybody. So you mean to tell me DNA or whatever that they use for the test? I don't know. Why don't you believe me? The test is wrong. Oh, Mari. You are not the father. And the girl runs to the back, kicks the chair over and runs to the back, and the camera people's following her. Leave me alone. Stop. Get that camera out of my face. Then the dude comes back there and he's dancing. He's Harlem shaking. I told you he's dancing and is always the mother of the best friend. Leave her alone. Get out of here. We don't need you. I'll help raise the baby. Like he did something hella wrong. I'm 1,000,000% sure. The test is wrong. Marcus moves out. Very, very difficult situation because they still have the other 2 girls. And he loves this baby, man. He loves this baby even though it's not his baby. Biologically, he loves this child. I'm going to do the best that I can do. I'm not going to turn my back on my family, my kids. I'm going to continue to do what I do for the kids. I'm just not fooling with her. She's trifling. She's a liar. Don't trust her. I'm done with it. I'm done with her. That goes on for about 6 months or so. I guess the anger started to subside somewhat, although, it's going to be something that's always there. But they get on friendlier terms and more friendly terms and more friendlier terms. And it got to the point to where they started to mess around again. Then he would stay over there one night, but he would always be gone because he didn't want to give the kids any false hope. Kids waking up seeing daddy's back in the house, and daddy's moving back, and that wasn't gonna be the case initially. 1 or 2 nights a week, he's sneaking off. Then it got to the point to where they were just hooking up on a regular basis, to where they decided to give it another go. Once again, I guess Marcus had a guilt trip. Marcus went on to tell me, listen, bro, I know I messed with a good 20, 25 women, probably more, during my marriage. See, I would only deal with women on Backpage or strippers or somebody that would never be an emotional attachment. So I'd rather just give them a little $100, $125, $150 for an hour or two, whatever. Not two. So I'm told. Give them their little $150 and go on. I don't got to worry about them calling my phone. I don't got to worry about anything. When we hook up, it'll be because I reach out to them. That was his philosophy. That's what he went by in his mind or whatever. Everybody's human. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm sure she wasn't trying to get pregnant. She didn't even think she could get pregnant. Meanwhile, while all this is going on, the baby ended up being Jody's. Well, there was just one time, but I didn't think anything of it. We were messing around and we were drunk, and he said we didn't do anything, but apparently we did. Because I ended up getting pregnant and I was just so dry, I don't even remember. I mean, just for real. At any rate, Jody is in love with her. See, Jody's not taking this well at all. She been going back and forth, messing with Jody. Then she break it off with Jody and get back with my husband. Then when the husband breaks up and then he finds out about the baby, and Jody wasn't upset about the child. So she's been messing with Jody some more while still dealing with the husband. So Jody's feelings is all caught up. And you got two dudes in which their feelings is caught up and your feelings is caught up in two dudes just as well. You got kids involved. First of all, you all married. And you all have kids. Then there's another baby brought into the world. Jody's son. Marcus loves this little boy like it's his son. But he don't like Jody. Understandably. What do you do in this situation? They get back together, like I said, moves back in. I'm gonna save my family, man. I'm gonna forget my wife again. Everything's everything. 6-7 months. Starts acting strange again. Come to find out, she's going to hook up with Jody. Once again. He ends up being able to get into her phone. He used some sort of, I don't know, they got so many different apps and so many different things that you can use these days, but he ended up getting into her phone. Seen the text messages. They was talking on a regular basis. I just talked to him because it's about the baby. Y'all got over 4,000 text messages in your phone. And the majority of the text messages that I read didn't have anything to do with the baby. Yeah, he would ask about the baby, how's he doing, but majority of these messages are about you all hooking up, and it's the last straw, man. I'm not dealing with it no more. Baby, I swear, I'm not, I swear. You can't tell me. You can tell me what you want to tell me. You can tell me that the sky is purple, but what you can't do is tell me what I've seen with my own two eyes. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the interaction between you all. Y'all not even talking about little Marcus. He doesn't immediately move out. It's one of those things to where they're not talking. You ever been in a situation to where you live in a house with somebody and y'all just walk right past each other and not even speaking, not even saying a word to each other for days? That's one of the most miserable. You might as well just move out because you're just coexisting at that point. That is one of the most miserable things to deal with. Being in a household with somebody and you are not speaking. Marcus comes home one day, and when he pulls up, there's a car there. Jody's car's in front of the house. Didn't really think much of it, for the simple fact that Jody would come and pick up his son or whatever. They wouldn't have no words for each other. But when he gets there on this particular day, he walks inside, and there was nothing going on. I know how it sounded. I know how I led it up. I built it up to where when he walks through that door, he's going to see the unthinkable. Well, at this point, I don't think that there's anything that could have been labeled as unthinkable dealing with his wife at this point. Jody's sitting on the couch. He goes to the back room or whatever. Marcus goes to the back room. He's thinking that Wifey's getting the baby ready. The baby's not there that day. The baby was still at daycare or at the mother's house or something like that. The baby wasn't there that day. Marcus is fed up, man. Got dude in my house, and he got dude in the house, and now he just came over to ask me some questions about the sizes and you know, about Marcus, and that's why I was going back here looking through, trying to get his size. So he had to come over for that. Y'all couldn't have done this over the phone. We wasn't doing anything. It ain't nothing like that. You gotta chill out. You gotta quit thinking something all the time. You're just gonna insult my intelligence, huh? You're really gonna insult my intelligence. Don't worry about it. Marcus walked in the backyard. They had like a little shed in the back. Like a little work area that Marcus had. He would go back there and, you know, he would build little things or whatever. It was like his space, his quiet space. But he didn't go back there to build anything. Marcus goes back there and grabs his pistol. Now hold on, Kens. How does he have a, you know, for the people that's, you know, not exactly up to speed with the street life and with the criminal behavioral thinking. Now hold on, Kens. Now you said he just got out of prison a few years prior. How do he have a pistol? A lot of people, man, choose to, you know, rather get caught with it than without it, man. See, this world out here is crazy, man. You got to have some protection, man. So some people choose to take that chance. Keep it on at all costs. Marcus was one of them dudes. Wasn't trying to harm anybody, wasn't trying to rob anybody, wasn't trying to unalive anybody, you know, initially, but you mess with me, you mess with my family, I have to have a way of protecting myself. Am I supposed to wait for the police to get here? Now, I'm not encouraging people that are not supposed to carry to go and carry. I'm just simply saying this was Marcus's mentality, and it's a lot of other people's mentality. Because I have a felony, you can tell me I can't protect myself. The amendment says that I can, but I have the right to bear arms, but because I have a felony or two, I'm unable to protect myself against these lunatics. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. That's how people feel. Comes back in. He's taught her to disrespect, man. Y'all just playing me for a fool, man. Everybody plays a fool. Sometimes. No exception to the rule. Yeah, I played the fool. A couple times. But call me a fool, but you can't fool me. Sick and tired of it, man. Jody stands up. Listen, man, I ain't got time for this. Whatever y'all got going on or whatever. Nah, you the problem. You the cause of this. See, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even be in this situation. If it wasn't for you, So he's going back and forth. She comes out of the room. She's telling him to put the pistol down. Stop it. Marcus, stop it. You're overreacting. Stop. She's trying to calm things down. It wasn't a shouting match. It wasn't. Marcus was kind of a laid back dude. He don't really do a whole lot of yelling and screaming. He said what he said. Pow! Pops dude. Was a Son Campbell, what does he always say? Hit him in the head with a headshot. Now, I don't condone violence. I'm definitely not making light of the situation, not making fun of the situation. But see, you reap what you sow, and you going around messing with somebody's wife. This is his wife, dude. It's not as though you didn't know, because there are instances to where you might be messing with somebody and you just don't know. They misled you. Told you something totally false. Told you that nothing was going on, or they were in the midst of a divorce, or they were divorced, or whatever. Come to find out, she's still laying down with this dude, confusing his mind. Popped him. She see what's going on. She takes off running. He catches up before she runs through the door. Pow! Pow! She falls right at the door. Stands over top of her. Shoots her 2 or 3 more times. He could take off running. Run where? Where am I gonna go to? Who can I run to? He knows it's only a matter of time for the police come. After all, quite sure the neighbors heard these shots. But I'm not even gonna wait. Picks up the phone, calls the police himself. Sitting on the front porch when the police get there. Contemplated taking himself out. I guess he evidently he decided that it just wasn't the best of choices. It's not like he made a best of choice by doing what he did. But whatever the case may be, he decided to not unalive himself. Man, y'all rock with me. Paramedics get there. Police is there. Fire trucks there. Fire department, everybody's there. 2 DOAs. Neither one of them made it. Take him to the police department. Basically everything that I just told you all, he tells the police. Stand up, put your hands behind your back. They book him. 1st-degree murder. Other charges just as well. But the murder charge is the main thing that he had to deal with. Never denied it. I was just a hurt. I was a hurt husband. That's what he explained. I was a husband that was fed up. I had enough. The lies, the deceit, the unfaithfulness. I couldn't deal with it anymore. You got to understand that Marcus was already in his 40s. He ended up taking a 30-year plea deal. So 9 times out of 10, he's going to get out again. Actually, I think it was 35 years. Has to do 85% of that time. So you figure Mark is 42, 43. He does 27, 28 years. He'll get out again at 70. And I asked Marcus on the phone, and we're supposed to be doing an interview, to be honest. I'm going to start interviewing dudes that I know that's in prison so that they can tell their stories. And I got a couple of them that I just need to go in and line them up. But what's so interesting is that I asked Marcus, would he do anything any different if he had an opportunity? He said I should have just left her alone. You see, oftentimes in relationship, when one person messes up, we feel as though because we've messed up that we owe them something. But that's not the case, in my opinion. I'm far from an expert as far as relationships. But I often had this conversation with someone in the past, and we would discuss if a man cheats on a woman 10 times, and she decides to take him back 10 times, then that's on her. At some point, you have to hold yourself accountable. After the first couple times, I mean, what are we doing? So if he's cheating on her 10 times and she takes him back 10 times, but yet she goes and cheats on him 1 time and he don't take her back, does that make him wrong? No, it doesn't. And if the situations were, flipped, just because you may be able to deal with it doesn't mean that he can deal with it. And so I think that it was one of those situations in which Marcus felt like, matter of fact, I know Marcus felt as though I was always on Craigslist and Backpage and cheating and doing these things. So it's kind of as though, she owes me one. A woman's always going to get a lick back. And when she does, it's going to be way, way, way bigger than your lick that you put on her, if that makes any sense. I should have just left her, man. When I was locked, I was just so excited to come home and my family's there. And even after that, once I knew that she was still dealing with him and I had that tracker on the car, I had another opportunity to leave, and I didn't. Then I found out about the baby, and I still didn't leave. Yeah, I left for a little bit, but I came back. Then I see you still messing with dude. You wasn't going to leave Jody alone. You love Jody. And I had so many opportunities to leave, and I didn't. That's what I would have done different. Would have just left, would have walked away. There's an old saying, a good run beats a bad stance any day. And as much as it hurts, as much as it stings, I get it, trust me. But time will heal all wounds. You don't sit there and just put yourself in a predicament to where you're consistently being abused, hurt over and over and over again. The heart can only take so much. Again, I don't condone what he did, but the heart can only take so much, man. So many people affected. 2 people gone. They were both dead wrong. Mark is in jail with a 35-year sentence at 85%. He was dead wrong. You got 3 kids that don't have parents now. How do you explain to these young kids that your parents are gone and they're never coming back again? None of them? None of them are coming back? They're gone? We hear these rap songs, or we see people online all the time talking about, when we listen to the Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallions and the gorillas and they make it seem, and I'm not just putting it off on female rappers, because dudes do it just as well. But you have these women talking about they got side dudes. They got all of these side dudes. My side dude, my side dude. And they make it seem as though that type of stuff is cool. So you have women that go out here and emulate what they hear. And they think that that's cool. They think that it's cool that these raunchy rappers, the way that they rapping, Cardi B and all of them, you got women talking about suck my... I mean, think about that. And so when you go out here and you do these things, understand that these people are doing this, it's not their lifestyle. Doing it for entertainment. Cardi B doesn't even allow her daughter to listen to her music, but she wants your daughter to listen to her music. I'm not putting this off on Cardi B or any of the other female rappers, but what I am saying is a lot of this comes from the things that we hear through the music. You have to be smart enough to decipher. The side dude will get you thrown in a trunk somewhere. A side chick will get you put under the earth, if you know what I mean. All of that stuff is not cute, man. You playing with people's emotions. You playing with people's feelings, man. If you want to be single, if you want to act single, go be single. Especially if you're married. What you married for and you got 3-4 side chicks on the side? And, come on, bro. And look what ultimately happened. Look what ultimately happened in this situation. And I'm going to bring dude on, and I'm going to let him tell the story, but he's going to tell it in his own words, man. R.I.P. to all the people who have lost their lives dealing with a side chick, a side piece. Just not worth it, man. Again, if you want to be single, if you want to do single things, go be single. Real Kens TV. Hopefully you like the video. Feel free to comment, definitely share, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and be sure to hit that post notification so anytime I bring you this action and this heat, guess what? You're amongst the first to receive, man. Real Kens TV.